A very good evening to all of you. On behalf of the Women and Young Members Excellence Committee of ICAI, I welcome you all to the 76th Sky High Symposium series, which has been very much created under the leadership of the chairperson of the Women and Young Members Committee, CA Preeti Savla, and vice chairperson of the committee, CA Abhay Chajarji. It's a platform where we can share technical updates, enhance non technical skills, and encourage our members to express themselves confidentially in the public forums. It's a very nice initiative to empower and inspire our members to step forward and make the most of their abilities. This is the 75th, 6th episode, and we are really keen that every Wednesday the series has been thoughtfully designed to nurture the growth and development of our cherished women and young members. It's a platform to cultivate non technical skills and empower our members to shine confidently on the public stage. I also welcome the speaker, CA Sandhya Sriram and CA Jinal. And before I hand over to the chairperson of this committee, I would like to share that for the first time, the ICI is organizing CA Women Excellence Awards under the leadership of Preeti Ben to acknowledge the exemplary contribution of our women members in the development of the interest of the profession, industry, and society at large. I request all the women members present here to spread this word, to come forward and actively nominate themselves for the various categories under these awards. For more further details, you can visit wmec.ici.org for further details. I would now request the chairperson of this committee, CA Preeti Savla Madam, to share her address.
Thank you, Anjali Madam, for the brief given by you about WMEC and forthcoming activity. Very respected speakers, CA Sandhya Sriram, CA Jinal Sangoi, my dear moderators, CA Anjali Choksi, CA Rupal Haria, CA Shweta Panelia, and my dear team of WMEC, Shanu Goel, Ruchi, Jaya, and everyone. Very good. And my all dear, wonderful, intelligent, beautiful women chartered accountants, participants. A very, very good evening to all of you. And this is our special session in the sense that this session specially is organized as a mark of our 75th year of ICAI. And along with that, we have also completed 75 episodes of Sky High Symposium. Friends, it is not easy every week to come out with the session. To news, this is a platform which is provided for all women chartered accountants to come as a speaker or to begin with as a moderator. And every time the committee ensures that the new speakers are there, new moderators are there, so that the opportunity, the platform is given to the wide, huge number of members. They can come and share their views and their knowledge. Friends, we have done the analysis of our women chartered accountants ratio. If we see the recent results, last two results, when we see 44% of women chartered accountants, female, is passing out. More than 40% female chartered accountants are passing out. We see the ratio of students, 45% plus female are the CA students, and old chartered accountants since 35 years, you see the ratio is increasing day by day, and on an average at present there are about 29 to 30% female CAs. There are about 4 lakh chartered accountants, members of the institute, and if we see 30%, then it comes to 1,20,000 female chartered accountants. However, when we compare the leadership positions, we find very, very few chartered accountant females are either as a CEO or CFO or at high partner level in any organization. So what is the reason behind this, and what is the fallback, and where it is? And the reason lies that when there is a break, maybe after marriage or whatever some issues or in the family, they take the break, and maybe a break sabbatic after 2 years, 4 years, they want to come back. The technology is maybe changed, and they want to cope up with the technology, and then they are not coming back in the mainstream of the profession, even if they have the willingness to do the same. And that is why we feel that to come back for these females and to give them these opportunities, to motivate them, we are coming out with various things. And one of the area is this Sky High Symposium, so that we motivate them through this. Another initiative, what we Anjali madam has said about, first time we are coming out with this CA Women Excellence Awards by ICAI. And there are 6 categories to begin with, and there will be 2 awards in each category. The categories are all mentioned on the website. Please nominate, and on the screen also I can see the nominations. So, friends, please come forward and nominate yourself, and this is an examples to others, so that they can also come forward and ensure that this is like motivation given to them, so that they will also come forward. See, they will make you the awardees as a role model, and see that they will also work towards that. This is the main reason. Again, coming to today's session, friends, today's session is also all about the motivation. This is a non-technical topic. However, the motivation, how to upgrade your knowledge, it is how, it is eighth toughest exam of the world is a chartered accountant. And when you have cleared the chartered accountant, you can do anything. That is what I believe. And age is no bar at all. And with this, our speakers are so enthusiastic, and they have achieved something in their life, in their career. And that is why we have invited them to share their success stories, and which will be a remarkable for all of you. Their journey will set an example to all of you, so that you can also achieve and go on to that path to achieve a highest level of your career, your professional career in your journey. So with this word, I welcome all of you to this Sky High Symposium 76th episode for our celebration of 75 years of our ICAI. Our president, Aniket Talati, always says, all are the we all members are the brand ambassadors of ICAI. ICAI शुरुआत भी आपसे, अंत भी आपसे. I is ICAI and I is India. And this is the 75 years of ICAI. And with these words, I welcome all of you, and I wish you a very, very successful uh, seminar, successful series of this seminar, and this will be one of the best session till now we will have. Once again, I welcome all my dear participants and my speakers and moderators, and thanks to my office, Shanu and entire team for working day and night so hard for this wonderful work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Preeti Madam, for always motivating us, encouraging us. And I'm sure under your leadership, the Women and Young Members Committee will reach new height. And the award is just the beginning. And we see you taking more and more leadership role at ICAI. I would like to share the thing you mentioned, the I in ICAI. I would like to share that Ahmedabad branch this year has given this to all the members. I am the I in ICAI, with their personal name, so that they can share on their table, and everyone would be proud to have this I in ICAI. So taking the session ahead, I would also like to share that madam is also taking care of the chairperson. She's the chairperson of the Sustainability Reporting Standard Board and the vice chairperson of the Valuation Standard Board for the year 23-24. Going ahead, I would like to introduce our first speaker. She is a true authority in this field. As the name suggests, ICAI champions women's excellence. And I would now like, it's my pleasure to introduce first, and I would definitely look forward to hear her again and again. She's CFO at the Narayani Health. Prior to Narayani Health, she has close to more than 20 years of rich and diverse experience in Unilever and Wipro groups, performing a diverse spectrum of roles such as business partnering, audit and risk, ethic programs, digital transformation, controllership, financial planning and analysis, shared services, technology design and implementation, supply chain finance, and project management. And this is just a small list. She has done a very diverse roles. I would also glad to share that she has achieved so many awards. Just naming a few of them here: Asia's 100 Power Leaders in Finance by White Page International, India's Top 100 Women in Finance by AIWMI. She was recently placed in the FE Power list by Financial Express and conferred the title of Most Innovative CFO in the Business Leadership Awards 2022. She was awarded thrice by ICAI as a CA CFO of the Year, Professional Achiever of the Year. She was placed in the top 50 young leaders in India by Economic Times. She is a regular speaker, including ICI and CFO on various topics. We are really glad to have you, CA Shandhya Sriram, on this platform, and always we look forward for your enriching sessions. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Anjali, for that kind introduction, and thank you, Preeti, for setting a beautiful context for today's session. The topic of my session today is, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So the topic of my
presentation mode. Yeah, perfect.
Yes. The topic of my session today is how being a CA, a woman CA, is a visa to a successful professional journey. And I'm going to cover some aspects of that, both on the technical skills, but more so on the soft skills. So while we say that there aren't enough women, in leadership, but that's changing. It's changing very rapidly. Now, these are people that have got appointed in the last 1 to 2 years time frame, where as CFOs of their respective organization, and this clan is only growing, and all of them are chartered accountants, and all of them are people like you and me. They are not some very different people who have done something different. They're all chartered accountants, built their career over a period of time, applied themselves onto the job, and reached the pinnacle of success. And I'm very proud when I see every time an announcement comes about a CA woman taking over as a CFO of a large company, small company. Like Preeti was mentioning, 44% of the total graduates in November, and similar statistics for May, were women. 29% of the total CAs in India are women. I have these, while we say there aren't enough women leaders in India in CA yet, but many times I go out for lunch or dinner with my friends from the engineering stream. And one of the common feedback which I get is that, and this is, I'm talking about 2 decades back, it may be changed now. See, my age group, gray hair, little more older batch. So 2 decades back, they most common feedback they will say is that, in my college, in my class, there were only 2 girls, or I was the only girl. But I have never had that experience in CA. Through my foundation inter final, there were as many girls, maybe 30% women, 70% men, 35%, 65%, but there were always women appearing for CA course even 2 decades back. And all these women are out there in senior leadership roles across the country. All these people are going to step up into CFOs, CEOs very, very soon. They're all there, they're ready. So it's not like an engineering or a STEM where they started in the last 5 years saying, women in STEM. We as CA started 20 years back, where women started opting for CA. And therefore, I believe finance will be the first to crack diversity in finance, diversity in leadership, and we are there. And it will be CAs who will make the cut, and you will see more and more and more such announcements coming every day. This is my prediction. I hope I am true, but I'm confident. So moving on, what does a CA, this is like a maze sometimes, when we try to untangle the CA curriculum, because when we are studying various aspects. But when we come to jobs, we could be in accountancy, we could be in taxation, we could be in consultancy, we could be in fund management, we could be in investment banking, business operations. We could be in multiple roles, either performing some of them, many of them. What I have seen more and more are that women are stepping out of the comfort career options. So maybe 10 years back, when a woman in practice would approach for a consulting opportunity, mostly they will approach for, say, an accounting opportunity or a taxation opportunity. Now there are so many CA women who come and approach for business transformation, digital transformation, cybersecurity audit, treasury services. So more and more women today are stepping outside the contours of some of the traditional definitions that we've put on what women can do and cannot do. And, in a way, it is very good because, like Preeti was mentioning earlier, sometimes women, if they take a break and they come back, they fall behind on some of the technical topics, maybe on accounting standards, on taxation. They try to catch up, but it's far more easier to catch up on more contemporary topics like cybersecurity, digital transformation, etc., because everyone is catching up and technology is building for everyone. So therefore, you are not at a disadvantage to someone who has been in that break, who has not taken a break vis-a-vis you. So, which means that the opportunities for women are only swelling every day, and it's in our hands to grab it. Now, I cannot have a women conference, that too the 76th conference, without celebrating the first lady of ICAI, Lady Shivabogam Ramaswamy. She was the first chartered accountant of the country. Her story is very, very inspiring. And I actually did her memorial lecture in July in the Chennai SIRC campus. And I can take the full session talking about her, but I would encourage you to go and read her story. She was the first and till now the only regional council head, women regional council head. But again, it's only a matter of time. We will have so many more women coming in and taking senior positions in the ICAI. And we can see that from this group, there are so many senior leaders who are volunteering their time. They say women have a work-life balance. They can only do so much. They don't have time for volunteering. But that is not true anymore. You walk into any ICAI conference, you have so many women stepping up and bringing high quality service to the members, not just the women members, to members in general. And so I, of course, want to pay my regards to Lady Shivabogam, who set the path for us. But I think now we are there and we really are shining, and we will shine. Now, here I go to a little bit of a Harvard review. Now, according to a Harvard study, women are rated better on most of the key leadership capabilities. So they've done 19 capabilities they have mapped out, and they've worked out where women stand and where men stand. And if you see, women take a precedence on most of the capability, whether it is resilience, initiative, results, developing others, establishing stretch goals. I'm not going to read through each of them, but what I want to say is that we are a package deal. We have better capabilities inherently in us, and we have a degree like a chartered accountancy degree, which sets us up for success. And I'm going to talk some of those traits we build during our degree in a bit. It really is like a superpower. And the time has come that we realize that we have an edge. We have a superpower. And we have to translate this superpower into our career, into action. The other aspect which I feel is that for women, entrepreneurship is in our DNA. You take a step back. Suppose there is a marriage in the family. Now, who takes that responsibility of setting everything up? There are 10,000 things to be taken care of. But the woman in the family steps up. She will take care of the guest list. She will take care of the food arrangement. She will take care of the music. She will take care of the decor. She will take care of everything, because being able to work in a multifaceted environment is something that comes very naturally to us as women. And what the CA curriculum gives us is that it gives us that technical competence to bring that entrepreneur in us into everything we do. So really, it is for us to grab that mix. Sometimes what we do is, when we come into work, we start comparing, saying, "Oh, but this is how men are, and this is how they are able to do well. I am not there, so I really have to be more docile and more calm and more softer, and not express myself, not completely be myself, but being yourself and bringing out your technical skills which you've learned as a CA and your soft skills." What does CA give you? It makes you curious, it makes you motivated, persistent, passionate, adaptable, willing to learn, flexible. It makes you build a vision. Nobody can pass CA without a vision. Everybody discourages you to take on CA, to say it is not something that we can do. But we still had the vision, all of us, to go and do that course, build our career. So I feel that we have it in us to bring out that entrepreneurial spirit and be able to give our best to what we do. Now, there is another aspect which I feel that women do well. Now, today, more and more, we are seeing that corporate governance is an important aspect of the role. There are a lot of studies which have been conducted which say that women have a greater orientation for corporate governance than others. If you go by the words of Martin Luther King, it is our ability to stay awake, adjust new ideas, to remain vigilant and face the challenge. Somewhere women are able to bring the 4 P's together, which is why SEBI mandates of women independent directors. But whether SEBI mandates or not, it is a proven fact that women bring a better governance environment. And our chartered accountancy degree gives us the visa to say, I am a governance expert. I can be either on your board or in your management or in your leadership, and I can create a governance climate which delivers the 4 P's. So for us, I think the big advantage we have as women CAs is that we are able to bring to light, bring to form what is the need of the hour today, finding that balance. See, when our children grow up, we are always finding the balance between performance and purpose as parents. No, we can't let go completely, jile apni zindagi, do whatever you want. And at the same time, we can't be so strict on them that they crumble. As mothers, we always find that balance. That same maternal attitude and care we bring to our jobs. And we are always able to find the balance of right performance, right purpose, putting the right processes in place, and leading people. This is our superpower. We have to be more and more confident to bring this to light every day. Now here I'm going to talk about few inspirational women. These women may or may not be chartered accountants, but I want to talk about why they inspire and why each of us can take a leaf out of their book for our own respective professional journeys. The first person I want to talk about is Kalpana Morparia. She says you don't need to be an entrepreneur to set up your own, you don't need to set up your own business to be an entrepreneur. She transformed ICICI. She created the second largest bank, merging ICICI Limited with ICICI Bank. But what she told me, and this stands with me all the time, and I many times quote this to women: being a powerful woman is important because it gives you the ability to make a difference. So sometimes when women ask that question, saying, why should I even do this? Why am I struggling so much? Why am I doing 10 things? Why am I driving? Is it all worth it? It is worth it because only if you come to a certain level of power, the kind of difference you can make will be exponential. So please aspire to become a powerful woman. Please aspire for excellence. Now, I want to talk about courage, but while I talk about Tessie, I want to talk about our own member present here. I know Preeti since I think now 10 years or more than 10 years, and I have seen her so determined to make a difference to women. Not today, 10 years, 12 years back. I was speaking, I think in 2013 or 2012, I was speaking in the Bombay CA forum, and Preeti was one of the office bearers. The passion she shared, the courage she had that, I will transform. And I'm so proud and happy to see the difference she's making today. And she has worked hard. And all of this is on top of a full-fledged role that she manages, a full-fledged career that she manages. And I feel very energized to be in the same panel as Preeti. And that's why when Preeti sent an invite, immediately I said yes, because I just feel so proud that I can call Preeti my friend and professional, somebody that I know professionally and personally. But really, we all have it in us. We all have that courage. We all have that ability to make a big difference. And we do it also. Now, just step back in your respective careers and think through what all have you done, which, say, someone else has not taken up, has not done, has not walked that path. I am sure you will have 10, minimum 10 examples of courage that you've demonstrated. It is for you to acknowledge that that courage is inbuilt in you and you can deliver that courage in your professional setup. Now, determination. I think women are by nature very determined. I've called out Arundhati Bhattacharya because she took that many bold steps, transformed a grandfather's bank into a new age bank, very digital, brought many new practices, and there is so much to learn from her. But I think for us also, the appreciation we have on what is right for business, what is right for people, how do you create that value is very, very high. So the question is, do you have that determination to bring that value to everything you do? Now, finally, again, I'm quoting Radhika, limitless. One of the biggest lessons I have learned from Radhika's life is accepting oneself. See, one of the biggest challenges or biggest mistakes that women do is they keep on comparing themselves with their male counterparts and keep on saying, okay, this I can do, this I can't do. This he is able to do, this I am not able to do. We are limitless. There are so many things that we can do. We are complements. We are not substitutes. We don't aspire to be 100% women, but we aspire to be 50-50. We have ability to be 50-50. We have to accept who we are, what we are, whether you call it constraints, whether you call it limitations, whether you call it challenges. We have to convert that into our power, identify, look inside. What am I good at? What can I bring to the table? And can I drive that in everything that I do? That really is, so these are some of the inspirations that I wanted to share. But Now, there is also this journey which takes us into where we want to be. See, one of the pitfalls which I have seen with many women CAs is that we overly emphasize on controls. We have always focused on being able to drive better processes, better controls, and we spoke about it in an earlier slide. But the world is changing. We have to transition from being the chief controller to the chief future officer. We tend to focus more on the bottom two part of the pyramid, and we try not to take action or decision as much as we could take. The future is where we are able to take more action, drive more outcomes to the organization. That is really which will take us to the next level. Now, this is a journey. When we start with this, and the next stage of the journey is all digital. We cannot become chief future officers if we are continuing to think with an analog mindset. So you are not calling people on a landline anymore, dialing numbers. You're not doing trunk calls anymore. You're calling people on a mobile. So why would you not bring that same digital mindset into the work that you do? One of the common trends I see with emerging women in the 10 to 15, 20-year career bracket is that they come in these three left quadrants. They feel is that I'm not capable of learning digital. I don't see any benefit. That's the oppressed category. Sometimes they say, I don't think I need to learn digital. It's the indifferent category. There's a frustrated category. In fact, I see most people here where they say that I would benefit, but I don't think I can do it. But really, the task for us, the challenge for us, the roadmap ahead for us is to move from these three boxes to the inspired box. Can we become digital finance leaders? Can we drive a digital mindset in everything that we do? That is what will lead us to become a chief future officer. And this is important for women to be successful in today's time. Now, what does that mean? That means that we have to constantly invest in sharpening the saw. Women are naturally studious. So even when they come back from breaks or even in general, women do end up spending a lot of time in acquiring technical skills, whether it is taxation, whether it is audit, whether it is accounting standards. But are we equally focusing on digital skills? Are we making ourselves equipped for tomorrow? So digital skill does not mean that you are able to do a digital GST submission or you are able to do a digital, e-filing. That's not digital skills. Digital skills is being able to look at what processes are analog or manual today and transform them into a digital approach. So, for example, how are you, when you're given an audit engagement, how do you look at, are you able to use machine learning tools to be able to improve the outcome or the quality of the sampling and tests you do? Are you able to use AI algorithms to be able to query into the transaction set that you're using? Let's say you're doing a taxation engagement. Are you able to integrate Gen AI capabilities into the taxation solution you are building so that your clients don't have to call you every time they need a taxation advice? You give them an app. You say you log into my app and all my queries are there. You just ask my app a question, it will give you an answer. I will validate that answer, and if you have a further question, call me. Are you able to make yourself redundant with digital tools so that you can do higher order work? Because believe me, if you don't make yourself redundant with digital technologies and adopt digital outcomes, somebody else who is adopting those outcomes will make you redundant. And then that's a gap you cannot bridge. So each of you who are in professional jobs or who are in practice, it is really very important that you look inside and you see whether you are acquiring the digital skills of today, not digital skills of yesterday. You have to acquire digital skills of today and digital skills of tomorrow to be able to add value and be relevant. Now, finally, This is the most underinvested aspect, which is soft skills. Most women think that soft skills is just about being nice to clients, understanding clients, responding to their queries, doing the right thing for them. Yes, they're all soft skills, but soft skills are about communication, articulation, perseverance, building rapport, driving outcomes, presentation. I find most women make like this presentation I have made. It's such a run of the mill, ordinary presentation. Ideally, I should have made something that's far more appealing, stand out, communicating. Most women end up making very simple presentations. Presentation is an important aspect of communication. When you present something to the client, I had one time somebody came and presented to me a certain Excel sheet. And she said, look, this is the Excel sheet of your numbers. It was one big A5 or some large sheet. And these are all your numbers. So then I asked her, saying, that's fine, you've given me this big data. What are the 3 messages you want me to take away? Because I don't have time to go through this big Excel sheet and give you a point of view. It took her some time. She went back and then she came back saying, these 3 actions you have to take. And those were very sharp insights. She had really understood those Excel sheets. She gave me very sharp insights, but she should have led with that. She cannot throw at me one large Excel sheet and say, this is the work I have done. Nobody cares how much work, effort you put into. Everybody cares what outcome you are able to deliver for them. So there are so many aspects of soft skills that women need to work on to be professionally successful. The next important part is networking. Now, while we say that it is very difficult to network, it is very important. Professional connects is one, community involvement. But the biggest aspect of networking is collaborative solution development. Somebody has a problem, apply yourself to work with them and find solutions. There is so much you can gain by solving problems for people. And you don't have to look at it as a time burn. The minute you start solving problems and people see you as value creator, automatically they'll pay you top dollars for your time. But build that capability. And that comes where you have a network, where you have people who you talk to frequently. They tell you, I have this problem. Then you say, okay, let me try and solve it for you. And then you build that rapport, you build that skill capability for yourself. And then from there, you build a practice for yourself. So networking, however, it is rated as a bad word, taking away your bandwidth, time, etc. It is an important aspect. And while we say that networking is about wine and dine, not really. This is networking, what you're doing today, or any, institute events you are attending is networking, because you are improving your knowledge and skills. You are improving your ability to comprehend, your ability to express, articulate. So there is a lot of value in networking. Please don't undervalue that. If you are having an institute conference on a Saturday, please don't miss it. Make it a point to attend at least one conference in, say, 2 months, 3 months. And when you're in that conference, please give your 100% to that conference. Please learn what you can learn from that conference and put that into yourself so you are a better person as you walk out of that conference. Now, there is this very beautiful quote, and I really loved it, and I want to share this with you. Kerry Gorman, she's the president of Zero Americans. She's quoting saying that she allowed herself to become the boldest version of herself. She began taking risks, became more powerful, and unleashed her real capacity. To break barriers, women must not shrink before the limitation they face, but they should find the courage to step out of that box that society tries to put them in. Now, this is very, very true. Many of the times, our constraints, limitations, what is stopping us is an invisible box that we have put ourselves into because of our social conditioning, our environment, our society. It is for us to break that barrier. It is for us to step out. It is for us to drive those initiatives, outcomes, throw ourselves out there and become a bolder version of ourselves every day. Now, I do want to talk about future of finance. I have spoken about it a little bit earlier, but I do want to talk about a little bit more right now because it's it's an important journey for us where we are now. Right now, we feel we've passed a very difficult CA course. It is very difficult. It makes us who we are. It gives us those stars, that chip, that license, the visa. But a few of us have been able to crack it, 120,000 women. But tomorrow, this will be table stakes. It may not be required for many roles, or it may be required, but there may be many, many more people who will do it. Financial reporting today is about technical competence. Tomorrow, people are going to expect you to solve business problems. Today itself, people expect you to solve business problems. We think if you're able to use IT systems, application, use IT effectively, we've arrived. But that's not true anymore. Going forward, we have to choose solutions. We have to design problem statements. We have to use IT to create business value, and we have to see how we can take that responsibility. We believe analytics is an intrinsic analysis of structured data. Like she gave me that large Excel sheet and she said, these are your 3 points. But going forward, that's going to change. Our ability to interpret, understand, and assimilate patterns with large unstructured data. You look at Amazon, if you're a finance head for Amazon, you think you can just manage by looking at how much revenue, how much margin they've made. Each customer is leaving behind a huge volume of data on the website. And there are teams in Amazon that are actually working with this data and trying to create business value. If as a finance person, you are not able to be part of that journey, you will become irrelevant. Problem solving today is a matter of intellect. Tomorrow it will be a mindset. How digital mindset you can adopt. Ability to communicate is about expressing in a clear and concise way, but are we able to tell stories? And I think this is one place where I would encourage women to introspect and see how well you are able to tell the story in a succinct, meaningful, and sharp way. Telling stories, we can say, you know what, you're building stories here, but really building meaningful stories so that you can leave an impact with people. Why TED Talks are so famous? In a matter of 10 minutes, the person who comes there compresses like 20 years of research they would have done on a topic and leave an impact with the audience and walk up. Now that is meaningful storytelling. So do we have the ability to tell those stories? Finally, our interpersonal skills have to extrapolate to collaboration and co-creation. And our experience will be an intersection of competence and innovation. Now, at this juncture, I want to leave you with a video. I'm sure you've seen this video, but once I start playing it, I'm requesting someone to unmute and confirm if you can hear what she is saying, because sometimes the audio in the computer does not play, in which case I have to figure out how to make it play. So if you can just tell me if it is playing. Is the audio playing? Is the audio playing? Can someone unmute and confirm to me if the audio is playing? I'm sorry, can someone, I will reshare my screen. Can the tech support confirm to me that the audio was playing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just resharing. If you please pause me if the audio is not playing. Okay.
Thank you very much for this
Is the audio playing now? Okay, excellent. Thank you.
incredible honor. You know, Malcolm Gladwell in his book, The Outliers, said, who you are cannot be separated from where you came from. I left India 35 years ago, went on to the United States, and had tremendous success in that meritocracy. But none of that could have happened if I hadn't had a wonderful upbringing very much here in India. So I have a lot to thank India for. Now, my 3 lessons I'd like to share with you. First, please be a lifelong student. When we are kids, we ask questions like, why is the sky blue? Why is the bird flying so high? But for some reason, as we get older, that curiosity goes away. And if we are happy with the knowledge we have, then we are actually going to atrophy. So please remain a lifelong student. Don't lose that curiosity. Second, whatever you do, throw yourself into it. Throw your head, heart, and hands into it. I look at my job not as a job. I look at it as a calling, as a passion. And I don't care about the hours. I don't care about the hardship, because to me, everything is a joy. So whatever you do, please look upon it as a calling and a passion, not as a job, not as something temporary. The third and the most important one, please help others rise. Greatness comes not from a position, but from helping build the future. All of us in positions of power have an obligation to pull others up. As I stand here today, I look at my responsibility not as accepting an honor. I look upon it as accepting a challenge and a responsibility, an obligation to actually make it possible for the people who are younger to come up and achieve levels of greatness so they too can be on the stage sometime in the future. So thank you again, NDTV, for this.
Yes. So that really brings me to the end of my presentation. I had promised Shanu that I will complete in 45 minutes, and we will leave 15 minutes for question. So I'm very happy to take questions if there are any. And I'm really very grateful for giving me this opportunity to be part of this extremely, extremely important and inspiring event. And I wish each of you the very, very best in your respective professional journeys.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. I'll be reading the question. Yeah,
Sure.
ma'am. Yeah, it was really enlightening session, and time is a constraint. Otherwise, we would like to hear you continuously, ma'am.
That's very kind of you, Rupal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this one. Ma'am, it's getting downloaded. Just for 1 minute, ma'am.
Sure, no problem. I'm very happy that the Women Member Empowerment Committee has become Women and Young Member Excellence Committee, because that really means that women are always young. They never grow older by association.
Yeah. There are 3 questions are there, ma'am.
Sure. We can go one by one.
Yeah, ma'am. Just 1 minute. Ma'am, you have to give me 1 minute more, ma'am, because it is not opening in my another device. I'll just try in this laptop only to open the question answers.
Sure, no problem. So I want to share a story till the
Yeah, ma'am.
questions.
Meanwhile, you can continue, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll share a story, till the questions come up. And I think you would have heard this story. There was a guy that was breaking stones. We can say girl, even that it is WYMEC. There was a person who was breaking stones. And there was someone who went and asked that person saying that, what are you doing? He said, can't you see I'm breaking stones? Then there was another person next to him who was also breaking stones. So this person went and asked him saying, what are you doing? He said, I am building the most beautiful cathedral in the world. So many times, what we're doing is in our mind, whether we are breaking stones or we are building a beautiful cathedral. When NASA was sending its first rocket to space or to moon, the popular story which people say is when you ask the janitor in NASA, saying, what do you do? He'll say, I'm sending the rocket to the moon. Really, I think that's the spirit we have to bring to our work. What we do sometimes is that we take work as a task to get done with. Because I need to do this, otherwise I'll be irrelevant. I'm a CA. What happens? I've worked so hard, I've got this degree, I'm wasting time at home. Let me do something at least. The minute you take that attitude saying, let me do something at least, that's it, gone. You will be only doing something at least. The minute you take that attitude saying, now I've arrived, I have to make a very big difference. It will be a completely different experience you will bring to your stakeholders. Yes, hi Rupal, you're back.
Yeah, ma'am, that file is coming to me, ma'am. There are 3 questions are there, ma'am. So meanwhile, I'll ask one question from my end also, ma'am. There's a lot many things you have said with us, and really it is connected to me as well as I'm assured that it is connected to all the participants here also. So if you want to sum up in that one line or one word, because it is really important that digital transformation, ability to make difference and everything what we would like to say. Technical knowledge, we all are having it. And I really, so what you will give that every morning when we will wake up. So yes, I want to go ahead with that thing. So you can sum up in one line for all of us.
I will say you are a superwoman. You have a superpower. You have the ability to do better than others. So don't aspire to do as good as others. You have a superpower. You are a superwoman. I think that's really the one line that I would, want everyone to wake up with, saying, I'm a superwoman.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, there are the 3, it was showing in the number, but as such, there is no question. So, I must say that all have got the benefit with this enriching session. And as Preeti ma'am was saying, that this is the 76th episode. And every time now, when we were coming with the new topics also, and this topic is what we can say that we sometimes we say GST, we can take corporates, we can take one technical, one non-technical session, and as such. But what today's session they have curated, first is yours, and then Jinal ma'am is there. So it is really, really in need of the time. And now I'm coming to the vote of thanks. It is just a one formality, but I'm just saying that you have started with wonderful statement that our CA profession degree is a visa to success. Okay, so that is a lifetime visa that will never expire. What you said, and then ma'am, you have come with so many things. Like no one line also, if all of us will pick up, like ability to make the difference or digital transformation. And ma'am, you have also noted that I can correlate with my practice also, practical and digital soft skills development. And in that, you have given one example also, ma'am, that if you can, code it or you can make your app, your client can find out the solution in that app. So you can give your quality time for so many other things, right? Because it is really happening with us, ma'am. So you have given us the right key to save our time and spend time for more quality work. Because phone pay, we sometimes talk for 30 minutes. Then also their query will not satisfy. Then you have talked about the importance of networking. This is really, really good. Our institute, they are taking lot many efforts, and even at this WIMEC platform also. So you have given that why we should go physically and we should attend the meeting. And that you have added one more point, ma'am, that you edit and attend it 100%. Because sometimes I'm busy with my phone, some calls are I say meeting and all these things. And then most important, you have to implement it, you have to execute it. That you have said. Then you have told us so many things, and you have given two simple example that no, that we have limitless energy in us, and you have given Preeti Madam's example. Likewise, I also, Jinal, you are also witnessing her our Preeti's no journey to this president, to this WIMEC. She is like our friend and professional. She is my mentor, I must say that. And all of you are sitting here. You also must say, please, maybe directly, indirectly, virtually, she is our mentor. So ability to make difference. And you have given us two example, like there is a wedding in the family and how smoothly we are arranging everything. So same attitude we have to give to our profession. And the second thing you have given, and that is the most important role we all are playing as a female mother's role. So how successfully we are nurturing and bringing up our children. The same thing, it is a really, ma'am, it is touched and we can do for our profession. And there are a lot many other things I want to say. So what you have said about Preeti, so Jinal must be also agreeing with me, and I am also second that she is a really true mentor, and she has taken profession at some different level. So she has a really ability to make difference in profession as well as the member also. So with that note, I express my heartfelt vote of thanks to you, ma'am, Sandhya Sriram, ma'am. Thank you very much, Kuku Babar. From all of us, all members are present here from WMEC committee. And really, if we will stick to one of your this thing, what you have told, and then turn by turn everything, maybe in future when we will meet, then we can also share. See now what we were doing, and now what we are doing. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Over to you, Sweta ma'am.
Thank you, Sandhya and Rupal. Sometimes that little dose of motivation is all we need. And thank you, Sandhya, for that motivation. Moving forward towards our next session, we have today our next speaker, CA Jinal Saula. She is a fellow chartered accountant and law graduate, having more than 15 years of experience. She is commerce graduate from Narsi Munji Commerce College and Economics. Focused experience in handling various risk-related internal audit engagement, process improvement, etc. Consultancy, advising family business offices and transaction support advisory assignments. She was working with Anija Associate from 2008 to 10 and thereafter associated with Bhatia Association LLP, a research-driven firm known for IPO, M&A and transaction support service. Member of subgroup of the Internal Audit Committee of WRC of ICAI for the year 2013-14. She is actively involved in activities of CVO Chartered and Cost Accountants Association from 2011 and presently first female president of CVO Chartered and Cost Accountants Association, a 50-year-old association of CS, CS and ICWA actively involved in activities related to its members, students and community at large. She is an independent director of Aarti Pharma Labs Limited, actively involved in strategic planning role of family business, engaged in real estate activities since last 10 years. Ma'am, now the session is all yours.
Thank you, Shweta, for your kind words. Thank you, Rupal Ben and Sonia, for giving me this opportunity. I would also like to thank Preeti ma'am for giving this opportunity, and of course, Women and Young Members Excellence Committee. So, Yes, I will start my today's session with one small video. Of course, all of us would have seen, but again, I would request technical team to just play it once. Can we play, please?
You're too tired. Keep going. You're too stressed. Keep going.
Yeah, thank you for playing this video. I've made one small presentation which I would like to share. Is my screen visible?
Not yet, ma'am.
Yeah, is it visible?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, sorry. Somehow I got logged off. I'll just share my screen. Yeah, is my screen visible? Hello? Am I audible, please?
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is audible, but the message is displaying that you have started screen sharing, but maybe within a couple of minutes, it start sharing too. Ma'am, muted. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's unmute only. Am I audible now?
Yeah, right now you are audible, ma'am, but the screen is still not visible.
Okay, I'll share with the tech team. I'll share my
Yeah,
presentation
that will be
with
better. Yeah.
tech team. That would help. Just give me a minute. Yes, I have shared it. So, am I audible now?
Yeah, ma'am, perfectly. Your voice is
Yeah.
audible.
So, EQ helps individuals to build and maintain relations with peers, superiors, increase productivity, and open doors for clarity in communication. And IQ is helpful to the extent only 20%, and EQ helps in 80% success. So we females are always, God gifted, like we have more EQ than IQ. Of course, we have IQ, but EQ plays a very important role, and we always, have it more than anybody else. So now, is it visible? Screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am, perfect. It's visible right now.
Yeah. So finally, now it is visible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, thank you once again to the committee for giving me this opportunity. So, after playing the skip going video, friends, I would like to share my story. Like, coming to women's leadership role, friends, women are always known as multitaskers. Multitaskers in what sense? We play n number of roles as a mother, as a wife, as a family member, as a child, as a what you say a senior member to a subordinates, and also as a one under one roof we can help and solve everyone's issue. And that is why we are on and on and on our timetable. When we look at, like, we have n number of roles to play. So friends, what is more important for us to take a leadership role is we have to do continuous learning, continuous upskilling, and also a networking part. Friends, when we see our like like what are the core value to list, it is like being compassionate, innovative, justice, and positivity. So friends, our values plays very, very important role, not only to our family and the organization we play into, but also to n number of people who are surrounded or who are interacting, or to whom we display our capabilities. Friends, coming to values and principles, let us understand what are the values and what are the principles. Values are the qualities or standard of behavior. Values help to form principles. Values are qualities. Quality like what are the important qualities or things that we should have, or if not, then those are the area of improvements that we have to work on. Values are definitely not stern, rigid, or fixed. They can adapt. Principles are the beliefs or the behavior of a person. Principles are based on one's own values. Principles tend to be identified as rules which provide control, and principles are stern and unyielding. When we take a leadership role, people see as how inspired we are and what from where we get inspiration from. Friends, when women are empowered to lead, everyone benefits. There is a research and decades of studies shows that women leaders helps not only to increase the productivity, it also enhance collaboration, inspires organizational dedication to improve a fairness. But today also, if we see, only 10% of Fortune 500 companies are led by the women. So what is the takeaway from here is, friends, we need to dream and learn as if we are going to live forever, and stop being afraid and start living instead. Friends, we have to keep on learning every time, and yes, we should have a courage to change and courage to lead. Coming to values versus principles, friends, as far as values are concerned, we should have clarity of thoughts, like what we want to do and how we want to do. Like, if even if the failures come, like we have to see like what we learn from the failure, rather being getting stuck or declining to move further. And whatever we do, we should be accountable, and consistency is the key to success. We should also develop a values of boldness, humility, compassion towards underprivileged. We should have patience to give our team to perform, honesty, stillness, and a balanced life. So when it comes to principles, we should learn to embrace failures. We have to neutralize negativity. We have to play long game, always tell the truth. Also, not only that, we should how to stay positive. We have to use things like meditating, keep all your fires burning, and always keep going. Never to we should never be scared of anything. We should have courage to perform. Friends, we need to learn, we have to learn how to dream big. We have to align our passion and purpose with a goal. If we focus on goal, we will overcome all the obstacles. If you focus of obstacles, you will never reach to your goals. So it's better that we focus on goals. We break the process into a small steps, and accordingly we pursue excellence. And there is no substitute to hard work. Becoming more and more positive and optimistic is the key to success. Friends, we have to start believing in ourselves. As Sandhya ma'am and Preeti ma'am told, like 44%, and also the figure says that 44% of the pass outs are females, and that number is increasing day by day. When I started, or when I cleared my chartered accountancy examination around 15 years back, at that time, we were maybe around 20, the percentage of females that cleared this exam were around in 20s. But now that figure is getting increased. Not only that, friends, there are several researches that says that women, if given a leadership role, have always performed not only better, but women are empowered to lead where everyone benefits. As I said earlier also, since we are multitaskers, everyone benefits when we are given a responsibility to lead. Friends, coming to excellence, excellence is the gradual result where everyone always strives to be better. So continuously we should try to improve on ourselves. And going back to the video, it was like, keep going. Whatever comes, we have to keep going. We have to perform and we have to take a charge of ourselves. Friends, when it comes to family, family is one of the nature's masterpieces, as said by one of the philosophers. And we should not only, there is a one heart, one family. So when it comes, we are known, we have to play a multitasker role where we have to balance out our family responsibilities and also our career goals. Friends, coming to our dreams, it is not only like dreaming. We have to dream with keeping our eyes open, because sapno se sankalp or sankalp se siddhi. Like sapno is dream and sankalp is determination. Then we have seen n number of, as Sandhya ma'am gave the examples of n number of women in her presentation, like how determined they are. Not only the PPT, there were the examples, but we have also seen Preeti ma'am working continuously for the profession, and we have seen, and she has made all of us proud. So it is not only we have to dream big, but also we have to be determined. Determined to, we should have determination to perform, determination to continuously improvise ourselves. We have to see the area of weaknesses. How do we take those challenges and convert those challenges into opportunities? And how ultimately, by taking that determination or challenges, how do we succeed? This is one of the quote of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Bhai Modi. This is regarding dreams must be steady. Steady is sthir. Okay, we just cannot random dream which are not steer or astir. When dreams are steady, they take form of determination. And when we are determined, the determination is the thing that will never, stop us from doing anything. What if, even if we, impossible is I am possible. When we are determined, impossibility becomes I am possible. And when you combine the hard work, they turn with determination, they turn into accomplishments, which is siddhi and ultimate success. Friends, nowadays we see that women. There is a increasing leadership role that women are undertaking, and not only the numbers or percentages increasing, but the performance and the productivity of those organizations has also tremendously increased. So, friends, with this, I would, wrap my presentation. So I am okay to take the question answers. So I would request organizing team to keep the floor open for question answers.
Till now, no questions yet. I haven't seen any question yet, but first of all, I really thank you for such a wonderful deliberation, and I must say you hold a unique way to convey your ideology. Earlier, also the everyone have said that ki CA degree is a lifetime visa to success. So we all CA they are coming up with the unique ideas, and I think these type of webinar must be attended by every woman, and not only the women but the girls and the students too, to learn new things, to attend quality work, making other new concept we are learning from you all. And now you have given another different thing, and the start is, I must say, the awesome one, the keep going, the video that I think the energy you have changed the aura and the environment totally with that video. And in life, I must everybody imbibe this idea, the keep going spirit. It's only the passion and the fire. I must say, CA is not a degree. It's really a passion, lifetime passion. All the time, the fire must be ignited in ourselves. So, anything else, ma'am, you want to share more? Let me see the another question. Maybe they will be coming up more.
Sonia ma'am, can I ask one question?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
please.
Yeah, Jinal, first of all, what she said, I second to her. It's really no that it was given butterfly to us because no, the way you have presented attitude, I must I'm not repeating everything, but really, it is energizing us that yes, अभी ये नहीं किया तो we should start with it. So coming to the start with it, when Sweta ji was giving your introduction, you are also independent director of Aarti Pharma, and you are managing no, many companies, this merger and all. So there are no many audience also, and even for myself also, I'm asking because sometimes we are doing some practice, regular practice, and now there is a time we want to switch over to some this kind of the practice. So there are lot many videos and everything, even seminars are also conducted by ICI. But for example, coming to this kind of the directorship or something, so how we should start preparing ourselves for it?
So, Rupal Ben, to your question, the answer would be I started my career with internal audit and risk advisory. The area is such that in internal audit and risk advisory, you have to, assume that the company that you are doing internal audit and risk, this process advisory thing, that you are the owner, and what are the process lacunas or process gaps. It gives 360-degree what you say, the complete view of the company, like what are the HR processes, what are the operational difficulties, how the organization is growing, what are the leadership roles, what is the hierarchy, and what is the, I mean, like you have to just you have to step in the shoes of the promoters, and like you have to see and you have to give the areas of improvements, and accordingly you have to see the way forward. And similarly, after doing that rigorous what you say 8 to 10 years of practice in this field, and doing say across not only one industry, I have been seeing these businesses of many like more than 30 to 40 companies I have seen, like how they have grown, how they have evolved, how they have become IPO ready, and then not only IPO ready, we have also worked for listed companies. So on in this journey, I was sitting on the one side of the table. Okay, after getting this 15 to 20 years of experience, now I am on the other side of the table. So that this entire 10-15 years ka experience has helped me, and I'm also coming from the background of entrepreneurship, where this type of ideas, and how to scale up the business, and how to see, and how to not only also not only to see the business as it the business is going, but how to do the continuous improvements. So that all experience has helped me to, to give this or to take up this role of independent directorship in listed companies. So this is how my journey was. And not only this, but also the continuous learning has always helped. As I said that I completed my chartered accountancy post delivering a child, my entire final CA final was also pending. But I was determined that I wanted to complete this course, or I wanted to do the CA thing. And it was not easy because I am a first generation chartered accountant in my family. So, and giving a background where we come from a Kutchi community or Gujarati community where education is important, but it is not also that important that if you will not study, then everything is going to collapse. So, but in my family, the education was given a topmost priority, and I was always supported by everyone. So I completed my studies, and then I also every time I wanted to do, and I wanted to, wanted to, of course, I did practice for around 10-15 years. Now also I'm practicing chartered accountant. But more than practice, I'm a kind of a business person where I strategize the things. I take the leadership. I am taking the leadership role in my family business also. So yeah, this is how the journey is. And so all these things made very easy for me to become an independent director in the listed companies.
Thank you. Thank you. It is really, it will be helpful to me and as well as to all our participants also giving this insight. Thank you very much, Jinal.
Yeah. So this is a wonderful and brilliant, kind of series that the committee and ICAI has been arranging. And congratulations for all of you for giving this, for giving the chance to upcoming leaders and to share their views or their journey, how they have been here and how they have reached here.
So I think at the last, it's a protocol to have a vote of thanks, formal vote of thanks to you, ma'am. So thank you so much for enriching our knowledge with your full and wonderful deliberation, I must say, which is explained with relevant examples too. And I must appreciate that you not only share intellectual knowledge, but also boost our spirituality, praising our bar of knowledge too. And inspiration comes automatically when we hear the journey from yours, like first generation child completed CA after, marriage, and well coordinated by CA Rupal ma'am too. It's really a blessed day as got to learn a lot of things with all the, passionate, determined ladies of our CA fraternity. And salute none other than the other to the Priti ma'am, who is motivating and guiding us and mentor of all. So thank you all. And thanks to all the, last but not the least, the person who are rearing and listening to us and stayed connected with us 2 hours. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.